What's going on? Welcome to the DZ Report. Don't you know I love haters? Now, this ain't gonna be long. I got to see Crusader, season 1. Season 2 is in development. This was a great animated show. Great. Flawless. The direction of it, the pacing, the story. It was beautiful all the way around. We got the old Batman. This was like the Batman in the earlier comics, like very gritty, very cold, because he witnessed his parents dying. How he was talking to Alfred was, that's how the old school was. He still was dealing with trauma. He still was dealing with, not being able to cope with what happened. And that's really what's been Batman. Batman is living a trauma out. He was traumatized and he never got the help or never got the guidance for it. Alfred tried to do it, but Bruce was cold. And I think it was episode 6 or 7 when or 8 when the ghost possessed Alfred, almost killing him. Bruce was hurting. He turned into that little kid again because he thought he was going to lose him. The reason Alfred is such an important character in Batman is he gives Bruce a moral compass where Bruce doesn't go all the way off the deep end, Bruce doesn't go off the deep end. He stays grounded. And the Bat family that came later on started replacing Alfred and giving pieces, giving a piece of, that family dynamic to make Bruce feel like he's at home. But in this is shot in the 60s. Barbara Gordon and Commissioner Gordon are black. White people and people in general, can you please stop using woke? Please. Woke does not mean that. You guys have taken our word, and if you guys keep saying it, I'm gonna keep telling you it's not woke. There's no such thing. Woke for us is something different, and it holds a big spot in everybody's heart, especially those that are of the black community. There was nothing woke about this. This was them casting characters. They changed genders for the Penguin. Penguin turned out to be Oswalda. Excuse me. Oswalda or whatever. So that was cool to see how they switched it up. One of the sons was against her, talking to the other mob boss. I forgot his name. I'm bad with names. She was able to keep the other kingpin at bay, where he wouldn't basically take over the whole city. But she was going around trying to take over. She bought a weapon where she loads it up with the big shells. It's a big gun they got loaded up with the big shells. She would fire it and it would destroy a building. So we saw that earlier in the episode. Excuse me. Where she blew up the building with the other crime bosses people in there. He got a tip off and he made it seem like it was the one son when it wasn't. It was always the other son. So that's some of the things you know, and the pacing of it, it felt like an old Batman. It felt like it had heart. J.J. Abrams did a good job on this. Usually I don't like his works, but it felt like the animated series a lot. Some of the scenes, some of the talking, the lingo. But people are talking about, well, they got this infatuation with Barbara, and Barbara used to be a grown character. They had Barbara as a grown character, like in college, and Robin was young, and you know she would have a crush on Batman. Some people felt like, oh, that's weird and stuff. Which there's girls that are in their 20s, who would have a crush on, you know, a person who is Batman, or that person who looks like a man figure, comes off as a man, smells like a man, which is smelling good, fresh, clean cut. And I like the way Bruce Wayne was depicted. They had a combination of Bruce Wayne and Batman being shown, which I love, because usually you would get just Batman and some Bruce, or you would get more Bruce and then some Batman. And they had a perfect balance of this. Like the episode, they went to the he went to the witch doctor midnight and taught him how to beat this ghost. So the pacing and his detective skills were on point. I love the way he was creeping at night. He would just pop up on people. Montoya, he started building a relationship with her. Commissioner Gordon, he started liking him after they were in a burning building. He was finna arrest him. He was saving kids. Barbara liked him because he saved her life. Remember, I think it was third episode, he saved her life. Because her friend Quinsley, which we knew was Harley Quinn, which I love how they introduce Harley Quinn. And you know, because when they had her doing the psychiatric, like when she was doing not the psychic, but when she was being the therapist, that's when I knew, okay, that's Harley Quinn. I loved how her scene was, she was in love with Montoya, but at the same time, you know, they built her character up. They didn't just jump right into it saying, okay, this is the character, now this is what we're going to do. And that wasn't the case. They basically came out and said, this is how it is. We're going to build up. They built up the characters to make them bad. And, you know, like how you do like, I done lost my train of thought, guys, because I'm so tired. My bad. But you get them picking up the pace. You get them actually you get them breaking down the character and building them up to being the bad guy, or introducing a bad person, you know, and that's the thing. And that's what I loved about it. You know, everybody was being built up, you know. Everybody was built up. They were taking their time with introducing the story. The thing I loved about this was how Bruce had a relationship with everybody. You know, but he had a lot of issues, and I loved how like he had trauma done to him and everything, and you see that during the show he's starting to open up a little bit more to Alfred. When he's as Batman, he's starting to show more loyalty towards Commissioner Gordon, Montoya, and Barbara Gordon, which I thought it was cool how he built it up gradually. Like, this whole thing was great. This was like My Adventures with Superman. That's my show. And the reason I love this show is because it showed what Batman is. Batman doesn't kill anybody, but he's gritty. He's rough. He's there to beat up the gangsters and the mob bosses. He's there to do his job. Which is the truth. And he played his role perfectly. Commissioner Gordon was great. Him and his daughter, we got to see their back and forth. I hope in season 2 we get to see what happened to the mother. I would want to know what happened to the mother, but you see him and Barbara going back and forth because, Barbara, she's the same as him, stubborn, headstrong, gonna do what best suits her. Now, Barbara being the public defendant, that's kind of a different story. I mean, public defender. So that's something that you look at, you watch, and you kind of dissect it that way. You get this showed a lot of grit. It showed a lot of pacing. The pacing was great. People who are making these shows on Disney Plus, they need to watch how Amazon Prime does it. Like, Amazon Prime is coming out with a lot of bangers. You got the Invincibles, and you got the Boys, and then now you got Batman Cape Crusader. Man, this is what I'm talking about. The drawings, the graphics, everything was on point. So that's just how it is. So I give the show 4 stars out of 4. Great show, great dialogue. I love the interaction between everyone. I love how so that's just how it goes. Now, next season, they're going to show the Joker. They showed him at the end. Now, one of the things that I love was they didn't introduce the Joker till the end. You don't need to do Joker in everything Batman. Batman has a great Rose Gallery. His Rose Gallery is great. And I know people are going to get mad. They're going to hear this. They're going to be, you just a hater. Joker's overrated to me. I'm sorry. He's one of the most overrated villains in the world. I like Penguin more than him. I like Harley Quinn more than him. I like Hugo Strange more than him. I like Mr. Freeze, the Riddler. I love what's the other guy? Two-Face. I love all them characters more than the Joker. I just think the Joker's a character who's just chaos personified. And he just brings so much chaos and danger to you or to who you're around that is crazy. That is crazy. It's crazy how that is. So, that's how I feel. Bullock and one brother, man, being dirty cops. I love that. I love how they had them in it. I love when they was in the car with Harvey Dent. Harvey Dent, he was trolling, basically saying, "Oh, so Bullock, you do the dirty work while this dude get the orders," which it did seem like it though. But dude actually cared about his job. So that's how I look at it. Love everything about it. The cast was great. I love how they tied everything in together. That was great. They would leave an Easter egg here or two, and then they would go to another team. So, not another team, but y'all know what I mean. So, that's how I look at it. Now, what was the cons of this show? There was none. But the Joker to me is an overrated villain. Like, he's just there just to cause chaos. Unnecessary chaos. And that's what he does. He's great at doing that. But Batman really doesn't need him in the story. Like, bringing him in season 2 was perfect. So that's how it is. Catwoman. Catwoman being it was great. That's the old school, by the way. So the old school suit that Selena Kyle was wearing. That was an old costume. That was before Maya Moore. So that's how it is. But I loved it. This is a great show. Catwoman being it, showing her nostalgic side to the old days Superwoman. I mean Catwoman. So that's how I look at it. The Catwoman thing was dope, and then she got double crossed. We're gonna see a lot of these people in the next. I don't think Harvey Dent is dead. They're saying he's deceased. From what happened to him in the last episode. season finale. So that's how I look at it. I thought we was gonna get Mr. Freeze, but that's probably gonna happen next season. But loved it. You know, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the page. If you like to donate, Cash App in the description box. You guys, making this stuff for you guys. I'm tired. I'm about to go to bed. I'm falling asleep on y'all. But yeah, it was a great show. Love the pace and love the setting. We got to actually see his detective skills and his debunking skills. Which was great. Love it. But thank y'all for listening, man. I'm out. Deezy.